Panjakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So today we are doing the 13th chapter, which is practice and preaching. So before we really get into the topic, I would like to give some background. So Swayam Bhagavan Sri Brajendra Nandanandan Krishna has many expansions. He exhibits himself as three kinds of Purushottamas. One, Maryada Purushottama. So Maryada means respect. So Maryada Purushottama means one when he is revered with Maryada, awe and majesty. So if the worship is like that, then basically we are approaching the Lord as Maryada Purushottama. Second, Leela Purushottama. When he is performing wonderful Leelas, Leelas means pastimes, then he is Leela Purushottama. We enjoy all the pastimes, we really hear all those. Then the third one is Prema Purushottama. When he is absorbed in divine ecstasy. Ecstasy of what? Himself. So we are going to talk about that. Now, Lord Rama, Lord Narayana, Mahavishnu, they are all Maryada Purushottama forms, worshipped with awe and reverence. Lord Krishna himself is the Leela Purushottama, expert in performing Leelas. Lord Chaitanya is the Prema Purushottama. Lord Narayana resides in Vaikunta. Lord Rama resides in Saket, upper part of Vaikunta. Lord Krishna resides in Goloka Vrindavan, above Vaikunta. Lord Chaitanya resides in Swaitadvipa, a part of Goloka Vrindavan. However, Sri Krishna as the original Swayam Bhagavan is the only one who possesses all the 64 qualities. That include, what are the 4 ones? Because we have 50 qualities full for Lord Shiva, 55 for Lord Vishnu, and 60 for Lord Narayana. 64 goes to Lord Krishna only. What are the 4 extra qualities? Rupa Madhuri, the most beautiful one who attracts everything. Krishna means all attractive. Venu Madhuri, the most enchanting player of divine flute. Leela Madhuri, the most wonderful performer of Leelas. And Prema Madhuri, the one who relishes Prema and controlled by Krishna Prema. So Lord Krishna is the object of love. And all the Madhuris, these are all the special Madhuriyas, they are all tasted fully to the maximum extent only by the pure devotees. And Lord Krishna as Swayam Bhagavan appears only once in a day of Lord Brahma. It's there in the Bhagavad Gita. So in a special Dwapar Yuga, so that one day Lord Brahma comes to 4.32 billion years. So last time he appeared was only 5,000 some years ago. And after performing his Leela, Lord Krishna returned back to Goloka with his associates, gopis, gopas, cows and all Kamadhenu cows, they're all. Then he thought to himself, when I was on earth performing my Leelas, I am the Leela Purushottama and performed so many Leelas and enjoyed with my devotees. But I have not bestowed pure bhakti to others. He further thought, how is it possible for the jivas to come to my abode, Goloka, just by following Vaiti Bhakti? Is it possible? Those jivas with Vaiti Bhakti, what is Vaiti Bhakti? Rules and regulations, Maryada, will only go to Vaikunta, where Lord Narayana resides. Or maybe Saket, where Lord Rama resides. Saket is higher than Vaikunta. So, but not to my abode, Goloka Vrindavan. What is Vaiti Bhakti? It is worshipping Almighty God with strict rules and regulations, with Aishwarya Bhava, awe and reverence. Krishna was thus lamenting, it is not possible to come to my abode just by worshipping me with awe and reverence. I must give a way for the qualified jivas to perform Braja Bhakti. Braja Bhakti is the only one that belongs to Vrindavan, and he can come to me. So he was lamenting and thinking, everyone in all the world worships me according to the scriptural injunctions only. Everyone, almost everyone. But by this process of Vaiti or Vidhi Bhakti, one cannot attain the loving moods of Braja. Sakala jagate more kare Vidhi Bhakti Braja Baba Paite Nahi Sakti. Vaiti Bhakti has no power to get the mood of Braja. Nahi. Look at here. Vidhi Bhakti Braja Bhave Patite Nahi Sakti. No power. Only Raganuga Bhakti can give Braja Bhava. So with Vaiti Bhakti they cannot come to me. The whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration, mood of Aishwarya Bhava, which is diluted devotion, which is not preferred by me. Aishwarya Jnanete Sabha Jagat Mishrita Aishwarya Stila Preme Nahi Mora Prita. And one who worships according to the scriptural injunctions in a mood of awe and veneration attains only the 4 kinds of liberation and goes only to Vaikunta and not to my abode. Aishwarya Jnane Vidhi Bhajana Kariya Vaikunta Ke Yaya Chaturvida Mukti Pana. That's all they can have. There are totally 5 kinds of mukti. The 5th one is Sayujya Mukti. I will talk about that first. That is merging in Brahman. It is hated by devotees. So there are only 4 kinds of mukti. That's why he said Chaturvida Mukti. Right? What are they? Sarupya Mukti. One getting same form as the Lord. In Vaikunta, that's what happens. Salokya Mukti. One resides in the same abode of Lord. That's Vaikunta. Sarshi, having same opulence as the Lord, that is Vaikunta. Samipya, intimacy or close proximity with the Lord, working with Him, serving Him directly. So this is all the aspects of Vaikunta. The 5th is a Sayujya, merging with the Lord. The first 4 are acceptable to the devotees in the Vaikunta planets. But the 5th one, Sayujya Mukti, is strictly avoided even by them. Because by merging with the Lord, pure devotional service disappears forever. However, here is a very important thing about Mukti. None of this Mukti is accepted by Krishna devotees. Krishna devotees say, no, I don't want Mukti. Why? Now, especially why not Sayujya Mukti? Merging in Brahman is hated by Krishna devotees. Why? Because the eternal nature of the Jiva is to be a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Haya. What is the Swarupa form of Jiva? Krishna Nitya Dasa. He is eternally a servant. So how can a servant go and then merge somewhere and sleep forever? So the Jivas are Nitya Dasas, eternal servants. Then how can you really merge in Brahman and lose your nature? A Jiva by nature is active, not sleeping ever in Brahman. So by getting Sayujya Mukti, a Jiva kills himself. It is basically spiritual suicide. This is very important to note. You annihilate yourself and kill your own consciousness and put an end to the opportunity to the sweet service to Krishna. So no Krishna devotees wants it. They actually hate it. How they really hate it? How do they really feel when they hear about merging in Brahman? Most of the Hindus, they talk about Brahman. How do they feel? They feel miserable. As making suicide. They feel worse than going to hell. Sayujya sunite bhaktera haya grina bhaya naraka vanchaya tabu sayujya nalaya. When a Krishna devotee hears about Sayujya Mukti, merging in Brahman, they feel so disgusted. He feels shame and fear. He would rather go to hell than merge into the formless Brahman. But that is what the Hindus are all talking about. This is bad. This sloka is a great lesson to the Mayavadis. Shankaracharya, all in South India, it is all a big problem. So, they all proclaim that merging in Brahman is ultimate. But Krishna devotee, it is worse than hell. Why? Because it's a spiritual suicide. you will completely lose the opportunity to serve the Lord. So that's what he is saying. This particular sloka is saying, right? When a Krishna devotee hears of Sayujya Mukti, he will so disgusted, he will shame and fear. He would rather go to hell than merge into the Brahman. So they even proclaim, these Mayavadis who really want to merge in the Brahman, they even proclaim that what? Bhagavan comes from Brahman. The fact is that the Brahman is just a effulgence of Lord Krishna. Brahmanga Kandi Tandra Nirvishesha Prakashe. How can Krishna come from his own effulgence? How can sun come from its own light? In Gita, Krishna says very clearly, but nobody understands properly. Brahmana hi pradishtaham. Gita 14th chapter, 27th verse. I am the basis and source of Brahman. I am not the Brahman. I am the pradishtaham. I am the basis of Brahman. But they all don't know how to even understand all these things. If Krishna Bhaktas hate Sayujya Mukti, merge in Brahman, and they hate other four forms of Mukti in Vaikunta, then what do they like? What do they like? A Krishna devotee enjoys the joy of serving Krishna out of pure love. Nothing else can bring him happiness. Nothing else. He abandons heavens and he abandons even the post of Brahma, Lord Shiva, everything throws out. He does not, why? He does not want to enjoy himself. But he wants Krishna to be happy. The devotee does not care how he or where he is born. It does not matter. He accepts to be an eternal servant of Krishna. Eternal servant out of pure love. This pure love attracts Krishna and even controls Krishna. The 64 qualities of Krishna, the 40th quality is he is controlled by his Prema Bhaktas. So Lord Krishna was lamenting as how the qualified jivas can be helped to reach him instead of getting into moksha or this Vaikunta. But there was a problem. Big problem. What is that problem? The jiva should be awakened with Braja Prema, not in Vaiti Bhakti. They should be Radhanuga Bhaktas. How can this be done? He was singing. Krishna was singing and singing. Then he realized, only person I can approach is Radharani. Why? Because she is the personification of Krishna Prema. She is a direct manifestation of Krishna Prema. So Lord Krishna approached Radharani and begged her, "Oh Radhe, I want the qualified jivas to come to our abode. But they need Braja Prema. How can I give it? Because I am the object of love, right? I don't have Prema, no. Only you have it. So Radhe, I beg you to give. He just opened up, his mouth. Oh Radhe, I beg you to give your mood to me, so that I will manifest myself with your mood as my own Premi Bhakta in Brajabhava. And bestow it to the qualified jivas. Not everyone, qualified jivas. Radharani is the most merciful. Even more merciful than Krishna, in fact. She not only gave her mood, but also came as Gadadhar Pandit, as an associate to witness how Krishna is really doing that role. So in fact, last Saturday I really wanted to cover, that was the disappearance day of Gadadhar Pandit. So anyway, Radharani told, she also told this, sure, I can give you my mood. However, when you have my mood and go to earth, you will be rolling on the rough rocks and pebbles of my Vrindavan. I do not want you to get hurt. I cannot bear that pain. So, I will cover your body with mine. I will cover you with my skin, with my golden color. Radharani is golden color. You will be Gaura. Gaura means golden. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Gauranga, because he has got the color of Radharani. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna took the mood of Radharani and came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But unfortunately, there are not that many people know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because not everybody is qualified to go to Goloka. It's not. That's why he said, qualified jivas, I have to give that mood. So he is a hidden avatar of Krishna who came for a special purpose of giving prema bhakti to qualified jivas. He is a prema purushottama, only qualified jivas, not to all. So in the chapter, Srila B.P. Puri Maharaj starts with his prayer, in fact. I gave all this as a foundation. I offer, he says, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. In this form, he is more magnanimous than any other avatar. Even Krishna himself, because he freely distributes what no one has ever given before. He gives the pure love, the Krishna prema to everybody. So Lord Chaitanya is a combined form of Krishna and Radharani. That is, you have to understand. So Lord Chaitanya came only to give Braja prema to the qualified jivas. He came to inaugurate the Kali Yuga Dharma. What is that Kali Yuga Dharma? That is Yuga Dharma Pravartayimu Nama Sankirtana Chahari Baba Bhakti Diya Nachamu Bhuvana. I shall personally inaugurate the Dharma of the age, Nama Sankirtana, the congregational chanting of my own holy name. Look at you, what else? Oh, he is the holiest anyway. He is the top. So by chanting holy names of Lord Narayana, one gets only Vaikunta. That's Mukti. By chanting the holy names of Lord Rama, one gets Mukti. Maximum Saket. But by chanting holy names of Krishna, one gets Krishna Prema. This is why we say all the time, chant the Maha Mantra. By giving that ecstatic love of God to the world, I will make the world to dance. That's what he really proclaimed. I shall appear as my own devotee. Wow. You see, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he behaved as exactly as a devotee of himself and teach devotional service by practicing it myself. Apani karimu bhakta bhava angikare apani achari bhakti sikaimu sabare. So, actually to give mukti, any other expansion of Krishna can do. Lord Narayana can do, Lord Vishnu can do, the Lord Shiva can do, they can also do. But nobody can give Braja Prema, only Krishna can give. That also not alone. But he needs the mood of Radharani. See, that is the very special. So no one can teach this holiest activity, the religious activity to others, without putting them into practice also. That is why he came as the devotee of himself. Okay? So, that was one of the several of the other reasons for the appearance of Lord Krishna as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can give Prema Bhakti. Okay? He is a Prema Purushottama. Why? He is a Prema Purushottama. This is very important to note. Lord Krishna has actually said also, I usually establish the religious principle for each age through my plenary portions. Many of my avatars can do the task. I don't have to do it. However, only myself alone can bestow this kind of loving service found in Braja. Yuga Dharma Pravartana Hayamsa Haite Ahama Vina Anye Nare Braja Prema Dite. See, Ahama only me. Me, Vina, Anye, nothing. Nobody else can give. Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, Dwapar Yoga have their own way of salvation. Meditation, Satya Yoga, Yajna, Treta Yoga, temple worship, Dwapar Yoga. Now slowly that is also coming. We are also seeing the temple worship, but eventually it will come only the Nama Sankirtan. Kali Yuga is only Nama Sankirtan. In the Kali Yuga, only Nama Sankirtana will be fruitful. And especially in this Kali Yuga called Danya Kali, he came to give Braja Bhakti, very special, which is the highest of all. So Swayam Bhagavan Krishna took the spirit of his beloved Srimad Radharani and came in her golden form as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared as the son of Sachidevi and Jagannatha Mishra. Some people may ask, oh, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. But why he did not perform any miracles? He did not perform any miracles like Lord Krishna. He did not kill any demons. He did not come to kill that way. So the answer is that Lord Chaitanya came to show how a devotee of Krishna should be. How can a devotee ever aspire to perform miracles? Then if a devotee thinks about, doing miracle like Sai Baba and all those kind of things and, taking vibhuti, his devotion will be finished. Doomed, finished. They don't have any Krishna Bhakti. They will go only Brahman. So even then, sometime once in a while, if we see the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, life, some miracles happen. Just like that, like the devotee, sometimes, they are so hungry. He just took a mango seed, put it on the ground. Immediately in front of everybody, big tree, mango tree was coming. Within just a few minutes, it became so big and so many mangoes, and all the devotees, all his disciples, they are all relished. See, there is no purpose, sometimes it really came, but that's not his idea. His idea is to give the prema, which is higher, not to do any miracles. So Lord Chaitanya also engaged all his devotees to preach. He set and ordered something special on those who are born in the land of Bharata. What is Bharata? India, present day India, but for the olden days it was really huge, very huge. Very big. Why them? Because only by Sukriti one can take birth in the Bharata Bhumi. The land ruled by the king Bharata. So this is what he said. Bharata Bhumi te kaila manusya janma yara janma sartaka karikara paravupakara. See, whoever has taken a human birth in the land of Bharata should make his life successful. How? By engaging himself in welfare work for others. Not like, I want, all becoming greedy and, amass wealth and things like that. And no, that's not what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Because you are born in the Punya Bhumi. So whoever has taken human birth in the land of Bharata should make his life successful. How? By spreading the divine devotion. So what is the welfare work here? Building hospitals? No, that does not solve the problem of repeated birth, disease, old age and death. Building hospitals? No. Building schools? No, that does not solve the problem of repeated birth and disease, old age and death. Feeding the poor people? No, that does not solve the problem of repeated birth, disease, old age and death. Only one time, they're hungry, stop, that's it. Working on economic development? No, that does not solve the problem of repeated birth, disease, old age and death. The welfare work that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying is very different. It is to destroy the very root of the suffering of the jivas once for all. No more births and no more suffering. So it's like a weed, pulling a weed out completely from the root, not cutting it, just chopping, but it will grow again. You will be born again. But how do we do this great welfare? By bringing the souls to chant his holy names. This where the root of the real problem is removed. That is the welfare that we are talking about. In this world, we can see three kinds of countries. Or bhumis. Country means bhumis. Punya bhumi, spiritually rich and awards liberation. Even if you are born, you will get liberation. Of course, Brahman or whatever. Bhoga bhumi, enjoy like in a heaven, is temporary. And Dukkha Bhumi is suffering places, wars and crime and all those. So Bharata Bhumi is the mother of all knowledge and religion. So it's a Punya Bhumi, Bharat. Bhoga Bhumi is advanced countries and all the well developed and all those. That's why we all came here, just for the comfort and enjoy. That's why we came. It's a Bhoga Bhumi. Dukkha Bhumi, what is that? Wars and terrors and all kinds of things. So Bharata Bhumi is the mother of all knowledge and religions. So when Lord Chaitanya went on tour to the South India, there were many plans in his mind. He planned to bring the Venkatapata, family and others and from Srirangam to Gaudiya. He also planned to bring the Brahma Samhita chapter 5 from Adikeshava temple in Tamil Nadu and so on. On his way, when he was touring South India, he also met a Brahmana. Of course, he did so many things. So there are 108 places where he is setting his foot. So, but I am just going to really give only few things. So he met a Brahmana called Kurma Vipra. So this Brahmana invited Mahaprabhu to have prasadam in his home. So Lord Chaitanya accepted his invitation and went to his home. It was a very nice time. When Lord Chaitanya was about to leave, Kurma Vipra could not bear the separation from the Lord. He lamented, and begged the Lord. He just, caught hold of the feet of the Lord and begged, please Lord, take me also along with you. I cannot be here without you. But even though Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was happy, and he was extremely happy, in fact, extremely pleased, he advised him to stay at home and preach. He said, no. Well, what did he say? He said, Prabhu kahe. Okay, Prabhu said, Aiche baat kabuna kaiba. Grihe rahi Krishna nama nirandara laiba. O Kurma Vipra, do not make such a suggestion. You should rather remain at home and constantly chant the holy name of Krishna. Instruct whoever you see, bring him to Krishna. Yare dekya dare kaha Krishna upadesha amara anyaya guru khanataraye desha. Become a spiritual master on my order. I am giving the order. And deliver everyone in this land. Kahuna badibet tomara vishaya taranga punarapi yayitani pave mora sanga. Do this and you will never again get entangled in the waves of materialistic life. So this way, when you are preaching and their root problem of birth, disease, old age and death repeated again and again, millions and millions of times in the samsara ocean will be deep rooted. And indeed, one day you will have my company again permanently. So don't worry. So you do preaching. So also very near to that Kurmakshetra, a Brahmin named Vasudeva Vipra was living. He was in advanced case of leprosy. Advanced case of leprosy. And many maggots, many maggots lived on his open sores. If any of these maggots should happen to fall from his wound, he would immediately pick it up and replace it back on his body, his wound. Why? Because he was so kind that he felt that maggots would die otherwise. This is the mood of Vaishnava. So he let the maggots to eat his own flesh and live happily. By the way, maggots thrives on flesh, meat. Meat eaters, please take a note. If you are eating meat, it is actually inside is actually maggots. They are also getting cooked and you are eating that. Anyway, that is a different thing. As Vasudeva Vipra being a leper, with so many worms living on his body, nobody ever wanted to go near to him. Upon learning that Mahaprabhu was at a house of a devotee called Kurma Vipra, this we talked about, Vasudeva wanted to see Mahaprabhu. He went there in the hope of getting just at least a glance of Mahaprabhu from far away. Why far away? Because his body and cloth were so bad smelling. No one wants to go near to him. But then when he reached, he learned that he was late. That the Lord had already departed long ago. Vasudeva was so disappointed at this news and fell down on the ground and fainted. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is walking a little far away. It's gone. Even though Mahaprabhu had already walked a good distance from there, he sensed this and returned to see Vasudeva. Everyone was surprised as why Lord was going back. When Mahaprabhu came and saw Vasudeva, Mahaprabhu embraced him. Okay, watch it again. Embraced him. Who had leprosy? So many maggots were living on him. And Mahaprabhu's touch immediately cured him his leprosy. Of course, it is not the miracle that he wanted to play. Look at here. Because he did not come to cure this leprosy, blind becomes, no, that's not his business. That is for some other prophets, some other, that's not his business. But he wanted to do a leela to instruct him to preach. Okay, listen to it. That's what he was doing. Mahaprabhu touched immediately, cured him and turned him into a healthy and very handsome young man. So this story is also mentioned in by Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Maharaj. Nashta Kushta Kurma Vipra Rupa Bhakti Doshanam Amadasa Vipra Moha Mukta Bhakta Poshanam Kala Krishna Dasa Mukta Pattatari Pinjaram Premadama Devam Yeva Naumi Gaura Sundaram. See, he says at Kurmakshetra, Lord pleased a Brahmana devotee by warmly embraced him. The Lord embraced, cured the Brahmana's leprosy and awarded him a beautiful body. All glories, the golden Lord Gaura Sundara, the beautiful, the divine out of pure love. That's basically this particular verse is about. But when Vasudeva Vipra was, notice all this, he was amazed to see the limitless. What did he see? He saw the limitless mercy of the Lord. Not the power or something. No, that's not it. It's a mercy. Power any divine personality can give. That's not a problem. Curing leprosy is not the problem. So he immediately responded with the verse spoken by Sudama Vipra. Where? Who is Sudama? Kuchala. When he visited Lord Krishna in Dwaraka. See, he did not ask for anything. He returned back. But he said there, Kwaham Daritra Papiyan Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana Brahma Bandhur iti smaham Bahupyam Parirambita. Srimad Bhagavatam. Just is the difference between a miserable sinner like myself. This is who is saying. Who is saying? Sudama, Kushela. And look at the difference between me and the abode of the goddess of fortune, Sri Krishna. Though I am unqualified, he embraced me in his arms because there also Lord Krishna embraced him. Because they are all largely, friends, right? Such mercy could never be found in an ordinary human being. Ordinary people would stay far away from Vasudeva. Look at here, in this COVID, what we do? We put all the things to protect us in the mask and run away. But anyway, so being disgusted by the foul odor of the disease, but Mahaprabhu, the independent Lord, not only touched him but embraced him just to see his causeless mercy. But did Vasudeva become happy by getting a new, fresh and beautiful body? No. He was very sad. Why? Actually, a normal person will broadcast this to the entire world on newspapers, on front page, on YouTube, everywhere. But Vasudeva was greatly worried. Yes, greatly worried. He started to lament and cry. Why? See, he got a nice body. Why he has to cry? He said, now people will see me that I have received such a blessing of the Lord. A miracle was made in front, made in my life in front of so many people. You have witnessed. What if I become proud? Even a little trace of proud that, oh, Lord really did a favor to me. I will be, then my ability to please Krishna will be completely spoiled. Better, rather I remain a leper. At least if I do that, at least my service will never be contaminated by false pride. So Vasudeva Vipra was so worried and not happy about his new beautiful body. This is the mood of a Vaishnava. This is why Yamaraja. Who is Yamaraja? He is the one who is really taking care of all the judgment. Judgment, God of judgment, God of death. He instructs to all his Yamadutas. Na Brahmana Shivatni Indra Naham Nanye Divaukashaha Satastu Nigraham Kartum Vaishnavanam Mahatmanam. It's from Skanda Purana. Lord Brahma, who is saying this? Yamaraja is saying. The God of death, God of judgment. Lord Brahma, even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Agni, and myself, who is Yamaraja, and other demigods, are unable to chastise the Vaishnavas. They have no way of even telling anything to Vaishnavas. Even Lord Indra could not control his pride, right? We all know about how furious he was when Indra Puja was diverted. And he was trying to destroy the whole Vrindavan. And now Yamaraja tells Yamadutas, do not go near a Vaishnava. Keep yourself far away. Far away. Many religions talk about the judgment day. Judgment for karmis. What is karmis? They do, all kinds of activities. And they are interested in doing this, doing that, doing all kinds of things. So for the karmis, this happens at every death, in fact. It's not just only once. No, that's not true. Note that these are all only for the karmis. Those who do bad or good karmis, not bhaktas. While every religion is talking about judgment today, where every jiva is judged if it should go to heaven or hell, there is no such thing for Vaishnavas. No such thing. Judgment day is not for the Vaishnavas. Why? Because they are not under the jurisdiction of Yamaraja. They are actually under the mercy and direct protection of Lord Krishna. He's high. This hell and hell, this is far away down. Isn't it? Krishna is even way up above Vaikunta. Okay, so basically they are under the protection of the Lord Krishna. How? When one seriously takes initiation, wears Tulasi Mala and worships Lord Krishna through a guru, Yamaraja, what he does? He has a big database called Jiva's database. Okay? Jiva's database. Very big, very, very big. So what does he do? He goes to the database and hits the delete button. And the delete button deletes that person, that Vaishnava, from his database. Yes, Yamaraja has a huge database of jivas. They all come to the judgment. Better you are not in that database. Okay? You have to take initiation through from a guru, wear Gandimala and chant. Then Yamaraja will delete. Otherwise you are not going to be deleted. So Lord Krishna declares that the Vaishnavas are the only spiritual masters of the world. Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, Agatam Guravo Bhakta, Sarvatra Guravo Bhakta, Bhaktanam Guravo Vayam, Vayam Cha Guravo Yata. This is from Adi Purana. My Bhaktas are the only spiritual masters of this entire world. Krishna Bhaktas. And I am the spiritual master of all the Bhaktas. Vaishnavas. As I am the spiritual master of everyone, my devotees are also the spiritual masters of everyone. Look at the glories of pure devotees of Lord Krishna, that Lord Krishna is bestowing him. Look at again, he is controlled by his prema bhaktas. That is even high. So by seeing the Vaishnava qualities, the Lakshanas of Vasudeva Vipra, for example, Mahaprabhu considered Vasudeva Vipra to the most qualified. What did he say? He instructed him. No, you become an acharya. Kabu tumara na habe abhimana nirandara kahatumi Krishna Krishna nama Krishna Upadeshi. You preach about Krishna. Karaji vera nishtara for all the jivas. Achirate Krishna Toma Karibena Angikara. Oh my dear Vasudeva, Vasuvipra, because of your mood and high devotion to me, you will be able to constantly chant my name. With my mercy, you will deliver so many fallen souls by instructing them about Krishna. And Krishna will very quickly accept you. You are going to come back to me. So only a real Vaishnava will have that power to preach. Because he has to have that kind of mood. He never thinks that he is a Vaishnava even. Amita Vaishnava ye buddhi ghaile amani na khabami pradishta sa asi hridaye dushibe haiba nirayagami. If I think that I have become a Vaishnava, then I will never be prideless. Problem. If I think that I am a Vaishnava, the desire for prestige will descend on my heart and contaminate. Therefore, O Vaishnava Thakura, O Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the Vaishnavas, top Vaishnavas, I promise to always remain your disciple and to never accept worship from anyone. This is the thing. So whatever that you really instruct, give it to that acharyas, the high, that's it. Then only I can preach. Otherwise, it becomes stagnant. So this is why any guru that he thinks that all the disciples belong to him, is finished. Our Gurudev, so many, lakhs and lakhs of disciples, he gives that to gives Gurudev. Yeah, this is how a Vaishnava should be positioned. So Vaishnava preachers cannot have duplicity. They have to live by their example. Live. A Vaishnava will lead a very simple life. He will set his life as an example. He will be free from all sins. Athaitani na sevata bhubushuhu purushat kvachit visheshato dharmashilo raja lokapatir guru. What are the most dreadful sins now? Of course, they have nothing to do with that Vaishnava. I'm just putting this slide. Meat eating, egg, fish, meat, chicken, pork, this, that. You are a meat eater. You have nothing to do with Krishna. Intoxication, drinking alcohol, wine, this. You have nothing to do with Krishna. Gambling, playing, greedy. You want to make more money, greedy. That's also gambling. Investing in here and then, by speculation. Not as a investment, but speculation. That is also not good. Illegal man-woman relation. This is always a problem too. So these are completely, this won't even come near to Vaishnava. So this is a sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam that describes the 4 dreadful sins actually. Abhyartidas tadadasmai sahanani kalaye tasau duhutam panam sriyakshuna yatra dharma chadurvidaha. There are 4 kinds of big sins. What are that? That's what dutam, panam, sriyakshuna. That's what I was saying. Meat eating, intoxication, and gambling, and and illegal relations. That's what the thing is. But tutam, panam, sriyakshuna. But Kali, because this was the one, the Kali, when asked the Parikshit Maharaj to reside in 4 places, that's what he gave. So Parikshit Maharaj gave these 4 places for Kali to reside. Because he was begging, he was holding his feet, oh please don't kill me. So because he is surrendered, then Parikshit Maharaj has to give protection. See, look at here, this is the Vaishnavas. So he said, yeah, okay, all right. You can stay only in these 4 places. What are they? There are no places where there are meat eating. Kali will be there. Finish. You don't have Krishna there. No way. And then, what? Intoxication? Kali will be there. And gambling? Kali will be there. And then illegal relations. Yes, man and woman relation. Yes. So, but Kali said, the evil was not satisfied. He said, it is impossible to find these places in your kingdom. In your kingdom, no one eats meat. In your kingdom, nobody does gambling. Nobody drinks wine. Nobody has any illegal relations. Nobody eats meat, nothing. I don't have any place to stay. Please give me some place to stay. Look at how pure it was that time. Now, publicly people drinking, publicly eating, eating meat. And even if they are advertising on the TVs, it's a sickening place now, rotten. So then Parikshit Maharaj thought, oh, I have to give some more, You know what he thought? He said, I will give only 1 more place. What was the place that Parikshit Maharaj gave to Kali? It was gold. Wherever there is gold, Kali resides there. So we have to understand this. This is a big question. We are wearing gold. Can you really preach? If you do, you are only preaching for the Kali. You are an agent of Kali. In fact, in these days, many preachers wear nice golden chains and several rings and so on, and then come to preach very big asana. But if they are not Vaishnavas, they are actually the servants of Kali and Maya. They are not the servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those preachings are actually poisons. That's thing. We all should preach under Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Not like, because, you go there and then, using your high classic, the music with this talent, sing beautiful songs in perfect melody according to the perfect raga, and then look at the people, how many, people are really, clapping. Oh, all right. This is nonsense. This is evil. This is Maya. Kali. So, to preach, we should be a pure devotee of Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We do not like to wear gold, but only tulasi beads. We do not want a luxurious life like in Aishwarya. but a very simple life with high thinking. Who is the real devotee of Gauranga? It is defined in the Prema Vivarta. Okay, which I really wanted to cover as another one, but it is a little high. Gorarami, Gorarami. I am, you know what is it? I am a devotee of Gauranga. I am Gorarami, Gorarami. Mukhe balile nachale. Gorara achara, Gorara prahara. Laile pale pale, bale bale. It is not enough to simply advertise repeatedly that one is a devotee of Mahaprabhu saying, I am Gauras, I am Gauras, I am Gauras. Those who take up the practices taught by Mahaprabhu as well as his preaching mission get the result of being Lords forever. So basically we have to take the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and do it. For any preacher who wants to save the jivas and bring them back to Krishna, our only hope is the performance of Harinam Sankirtan. That is the one and the only thing that is our hope. So chant the holy names as loudly as we can and make others also to chant. Sri Daita Dasa Kirtaneta Asha Kara Uchchai Sware. Uchchai Sware. How you have to sing? Uchchai Swara. Uchchai Swara means highest Swara. Louder you have to sing. Kara Uchchai Sware. Harinama Rava. So the essence of preaching is to engage the souls in chanting the holy names of the Lord Krishna. If you got that right, basically the chapter you understood. Do Harinam Sankirtan. Especially do Nagara Sankirtan. By doing Nagara Sankirtan, so many souls can purify themselves. It is not those who are really following you, following you in the Nagara Sankirtan. It is all those jivas, even the worms, and all the cows and all the animals. They really hear. They will be born as a human being and given a chance to really get into Krishna Bhakti. This is the power of Nama Sankirtan. So many souls can purify themselves. So we should give more importance to Nagara Sankirtan. In our newly coming huge Gokul Bhajan temple in Nigeria, where Nagara Sankirtan is so ecstatic and done so nicely. I'm really hearing so many wonderful things from our devotees. Thanks to the amazing, wonderful devotees. And I like to Actually, on the day of this World International Sankirtan Day, which actually went just a few time back, they actually did a very great one. I think I shared the Facebook. They did an amazing one. It'll run for about half an hour. It's amazing. I don't have time to really put the thing. I can actually probably play another time. It's beautiful. So now I really told the Prabhuji, I am in the wrong place. I wish I were there. This is the place to be. Anyway, to conclude our lesson today, let us go over this small bhajan. And this bhajan is about, what is the theme about this bhajan? Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gaur Mahaprabhu, along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who are they? Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of Krishna and Radharani. Nityananda Prabhu, Nitai. Who is that? He is Lord Balaram. So they went to Nagara Sankirtan and returned home. When they returned, what did their mothers do? They are young, right? What did their mothers do? That's what we are going to really see today. All right? I don't have a expert, to really, anyone to sing, but I will really give it a try. So this is how it goes. I don't know what is the real tune, but this is something. Nagara Brahmiya Amara Gaura Yelo Gare Gaura Yelo Gare Amar Nita Yelo Gare Nagara Brahmiya Amara Gaura Yelo Gare Gaura Yelo Gare Amar Nita Yelo Gare. What does it mean? After roaming through the towns and villages, performing this Nagara Sankirtan, my Gauranga and my Nityananda came back home. Okay, see that? Papi tapi udadiya Gaura Yelo Gare Papi tapi udadiya Nita Yelo Gare Papi tapi udadiya Gaura Yelo Gare Papi tapi udadiya Nita Yelo Gare. My Gaura Nitai magnanimously delivered so many sinners. He did not come to deliver all those kind. No, he came to deliver as many jivas, even including sinners, Jagai, Matai. They were drunkards. And when Jagai Matai actually hit Nityananda Prabhu, saying, "You are fools, you are really asking, doing all kinds of things," and he really hit that Nityananda Prabhu's head, and it was bleeding. Blood was bleeding. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, got so angry, so he came down. And he was about to kill Jagai and Matai. He just putting his hand out. Sight. Where? Chakra. Right. Comes. Chakra came. They are ready to kill Jagai and Matai. Because they were the sinners. And then there is Nityananda Prabhu. He is so merciful. See, Radharani is more merciful than Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than Gaura. Look at the year now. So he said, "Oh Lord, no, stop. You did not come to do these kind of things. You did not come to kill demons here. That was your Leela before. That is the one where you kill demons. Through your own expansion, Lord Vishnu. You did not come here. You want to give Nama Sankirtan and bestow your mercy to change even the sinners, most sinners, by making them to chant." Then he said, let the chakra to go away. So he delivered so many sinners. Nama prema bilaiya Gaura Yelo Gare Nama prema bilaiya Nita Yelo Gare. Roaming about Gaura and Nitai distributed prema everywhere. How? Through Harinama, Nama prema, through Harinama, by Nagara Sankirtana. Nagara Sankirtana. Then they returned home. Right? That's what he's talking about. Then next one. Dula Jari Sachi Mata Gaura Kole Kare Dula Jari Padmavati Nitai Kole Kare. Gauranga's body was covered with dust. Why? He was on the street doing Nagara Sankirtan. Seeing this, Sachi Mata. Who is Sachi Mata? The mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sachi Mata is actually, who is that actually? He was actually Yashoda Maya. Yashoda. So Sachi Mata's heart filled with Gaura Prema. She removed the dust. He grabbed her son and, wiped the dust and then took on her lap. Similarly, Dhula Jari Padmavati Nitai Kole Kare. Similarly, Padmavati. Who is Padmavati Devi? Who is there? Mother of Nityananda Prabhu. So he also took her son and wiped the dust from his body and put on her lap. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nitai, they set the example for us as how to preach. Mainly by Nagara Sankirtan. Not just like singing nicely and in a closed room. That is not the Nagara Sankirtan. Go out on the street like these devotees in Nigeria are doing. They are high devotees. We have to follow them. And here actually high devotee comes and then chants. Nobody is there to even dance. Nobody is there to even sing along. This is that. So this place, these Western countries are what? The cursed place. Because everybody is entangled by the power of what? Greed. Greed, wealth, I want to enjoy, comfort. Will you, these, 10 houses, 15 houses I want to buy. I want to really become a big empire. Big fame, this is the problem. Then Krishna is not for you. So Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu set the example for us how to preach. The chapter is about what? Practice and preaching. And when you preach like this, you have to practice. You cannot just like that preach to others. So, it is a command and example from the life of Gaura Nitai. Few of them I could really put in. That qualified Vaishnavas must preach. Of course, his guru will tell to preach, and then you will have the power to preach. So a qualified Vaishnava who is preaching is free from all these sins. All the sins. I put some world sins. There are so many other kinds of small sins also. They are free from everything. Even if they accidentally by chance they did it, Krishna will immediately wipe it out. It's gone. So these qualified Vaishnavas who preach on the street, they practice devotion to their full heart. And their one and only interest is what? Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? For you, for your sake? To serve the Lord. To make Lord Gauranga happy. How? When that's what Lord Gauranga says, you bring even a one soul to Krishna. I am soul to you. This is how. So Gaur Pramanande, Hari. Any questions? So before that I will just do this a summary. So we saw that three kinds of Purushottamas. Maryada Purushottama, Leela Purushottama and Prema Purushottama. But Maryada Purushottama, or who are they? That is Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Rama. They are all Maryada Purushottama. You are not going to go to Golaka for that. No way. You have no way of doing that. You won't get the visa. So you will reach Mukti or Vaikuntha. Leela Purushottama, he comes only to reply. Okay, he attracts the jivas so that they can engage in the devotion through going through a guru. So that is Leela Purushottama. Leela and Prema Purushottama. This is important for today. Prema can be obtained only by the mercy of Prema Purushottama, who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Vaiti Bhakti can never give Braja Prema. What is Vaiti Bhakti? This muddy Bhakti. Muddy Bhakti, right? All kinds of rules and regulations and no real devotion, nothing. They say, oh, I want to go to Vaikuntha. Oh, when the Vaikuntha Ekadashi comes, oh my God, there will be flood of people rushing through because they want to go to Vaikuntha. Krishna Bhakta says, Lakuta. No, I don't want any of that. I don't want any mukti. I want only to serve to my Lord. So a Vaiti Bhakti can never give Braja Prema. So they can never go to Goloka. Absolutely not possible. It's way above Vaikuntha. Krishna in Radharani's mood came down as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya inaugurated the Kali Yuga Dharma of Nama Sankirtan. Lord Chaitanya did not come to perform leelas or any miracles. He came here only to give prema. So only high devotee who is really engaging in devotion through Guru and surrender to Guru, they will be awakened. So now, he came only to distribute the love of God. Not make any miracles. But what is that love of God? Krishna Prema. Because now the demigods don't have. Brahma does not have. Shiva does not have. And Indra does not. They don't have. Just not possible. They are all having position. They are proud of their position. Destroyer of the universe and the creator of the universe. They are proud. They have no. They don't have prema. Krishna prema is not with them. And duty of every qualified devotee is to preach. Go on the street. Lord Chaitanya asked Kurma and Vasudeva Vipras to preach. Mood of Vaishnava is to be simple living and high thinking. Preaching Vaishnavas are free from all sins. Preachers must practice pure devotion and be an example to others to follow. And now at the conclusion, how do we conclude? Essence of all preaching is to engage the jivas in Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. You know what you are seeing is from Nigeria, where the temple is coming. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.